Hello, this is Mark Moxham, and in this program we're going to ask some critical questions about an anxiety and panic attack treatment known internationally as the Linden Method. So let's get on with our first question. Does the Linden Method get rid of anxiety and panic attacks? After having researched a number of tried and tested ways to get rid of your anxieties and halt those panic attacks in their tracks, I've found there are many systems you could try, in fact. Some are very good indeed, others are indifferent, and to be frank, some are clearly a bit of a con. This one, however, the Linden Method, is a good one, and one of the very few that made it into my top 5, simply because it does work for most people. The question is, of course, will the Linden Method work for you, or will one of the other ones I recommend be a better choice? In order to answer that, we need to answer some other quite probing questions. How does the Linden Method work? The Linden Method plants the blame for anxiety firmly on the amygdala, which is part of our brain. So in order to answer this question, we need to turn to the program's inventor. He says, "My method involves a technique called meta-mnemonic reprogramming. The name is actually irrelevant, but what this means is that what I say to you is only secondary to how I say it. The conscious mind understands the message and bypasses the subconscious mind, connecting directly with the amygdala, which reacts to the emotions you receive through my technique, the words I say, and more importantly, their delivery." This sounds simplistic, but it works. When combined, these techniques produce the most unique, fast and permanent solution to your anxiety disorder. And all this is because you can and will be well again. I can tell you that categorically right now, with absolutely no doubt whatsoever, and I know this because I've seen it so many times before, and because becoming well again is already pre-programmed into you. We just need to flick a switch. This technique is unlike anything you've ever seen, heard or read about before. Who is the Linden Method aimed at? Well, this program seeks to help anyone eliminate anxiety and stop panic attacks once and for all. However, one of the areas it seems to be ahead on is in its dealing with night frights and agoraphobia. So if night frights are a particular concern of yours, perhaps this course may be better than one of the other ones I recommend. Who made the Linden Method and why? Well, the name's actually a bit of a giveaway. It was developed by a man called Charles Linden. He's an ex-anxiety and panic attack sufferer who is, you'll be pleased to hear, now completely recovered. When you read Charles's story, you can see that he suffered from a very acute version of anxiety that was most debilitating. While his condition was diagnosed by German doctors almost from the start, the methods used to deal with it only made him worse. He started experiencing a dreamlike state called depersonalization, where he didn't recognize who he was, and the constantly changing systems made his life a living hell. Charles's own doctor back home diagnosed depression and labelled him a hypochondriac. Now, despite all the various drugs and side effects, Charles knew that there had to be an answer, and he made it his quest to find it. He found the answer eventually, after massive research and evaluation of other sufferers. And it is this method that he uses today to help many people from all around the world. Has the Linden Method worked for others? Yes, it has a great number of testimonials that you can see. But here's one that's typical from Regina Weavier from Provo, Utah. She says, "My dad found out about the Linden Method from our family doctor, who had a few clients who had used the method with amazing results. Dad ordered the pack, and as soon as I received it, I started to read it. The immediate sense of relief was magical. I felt better immediately, and from that point on, I made constant progress." She goes on to say, "Thanks to Charles and the support staff at the Linden Method, I now have a second chance at my life." Will the Linden Method work for me? Well, from the publicly available data and other commercially sensitive information, I've been able to determine that the Linden method has actually a very high success rate, and that's based on the numbers for the courses. Also, this is a course, as we've already heard, that is recommended by MDs, GPs and other professionals, and they would not do so if it didn't work well. Well, you would hope that was so anyway. Also, looking at their figures, it says that they have helped nearly 115,000 people over the last few years, so it's most likely that they will be able to help you as well. What do I get for my money? The product is available internationally by download, and of course this has the advantage of being instantly available. Here's what's in the download. You get the Linden Method manual, and that's in Adobe PDF format, 16 audio tracks in MP3 format, backup CD copy of the download files will be sent to you by post. You get 1 year of 24-hour email and telephone support, and they're better than risk-free 56-day refund guarantee. You can also get a free download of the Linden Method video. Probably the most notable difference that you get with this system is the telephone support. And if you think about it, that's excellent value. However, at $109 it's at the upper middle part of the price range, but I think the telephone support more than makes that well worth the money. Is there anything bad about the Linden method I should know about? Frankly, I haven't found anything I didn't like about this program. To me it seems like one of the better ones. And remember that the Linden method is in my top recommendations for anxiety and panic attack treatments. Getting there isn't easy, as it has to have passed some pretty stiff tests. Those are: 1, it has to have been developed by somebody who is trustworthy and respected in the field. 2, it has to have numerous testimonies from real people that vouch for its effectiveness. 3, it has to have a 100% guarantee. And in this case you have 8 weeks to try it at your own pace, and if it doesn't work for you, you can get 100% of your money back. Remember though, it is an ebook and audio based program, so you will need to print out the ebook if you want hard copy. And a good part of the information comes on audio, so make sure you are able to listen to the MP3 files or burn them to CD if you need to. What if I don't like the Linden method? Well, as I've said, you have 8 weeks to try it at your own pace, and if in that time you feel it's not for you, you can get a 100% refund with no questions asked. Is the Linden method the best system for me? Again, that's a very good question, and in order to help you find the best system to use, I've spent a lot of time and effort reviewing all the ones I can. The list I've drawn up is actually quite a short one, and you can see that on panicbreaker.com. It lists all the things that you should consider before you decide which program is best. I would, however, recommend that you have a look at that first, as while the Linden method is up there with the best, there may be one that has just something different that you need. Where do I get more information? Well, for the latest information, go to the recommended solutions section on panicbreaker.com. I update details on the website as soon as there's anything new and relevant, and also if there have been any changes, then they're on there as well as any negative or positive feedback that would be relevant. Well, I hope I've been of some help anyway in helping you to decide about which anxiety solution is best for you. Just remember above all that you deserve the best life you can have, and taking action to get it is the best next step that you can make. This is Mark Moxham wishing you all the best. Until next time.